everybody. Thank you very much for joining us on Mahala Monday. It is awesome to be with you as always. I'm not alone. My name is Dugald, and the wonderful person that joins me all the time and who I join all the time is Rhoda, the only person with superpowers. Hello.
As usual, as usual. Hello, Mr. Dugald. How you doing?
I'm well.
Good, good,
Cold.
good. It is cold. It is very cold. So we're basically in the heart of winter now, Dugald. So for me, we're on the peak, and it's going to be going downhill from here. That's how I look at it. So welcome, everybody. And last time I was reminded for the people that's drinking wine, please, I hope you have a glass of wine with you right now. And if you have your cup of coffee, your tea, and maybe a cup of soup. Am I correct, Dugald? And a plate of food.
I like.
And thank you for joining us.
Yes, just watch your children that they don't drink your wine. That's
please,
what
guys.
Not at all, but what we would love you to do, though, is, of course, definitely subscribe and like and share this. This will be doing us a huge favor. We would love you to be part of the show. It's an interactive show, as always, so we look forward to your questions and comments and whatever deep, difficult questions you have. Definitely we'll get the conversation starting, and Rhoda's really looking forward to answer those questions. I will gladly read them. There's a reader and an answerer.
Is that so?
It's not even a word, but the person who reads the question asks the question, and then a person who answers the question.
Oh.
So that's how we divide our powers.
Yes,
That's why I say you got the superpowers, because you know what I mean? Like, people ask the questions, you know what I mean? Like, but there's a lot for us to talk about, of course. Now, as I told you, some of us are a bit colder than others, as you can clearly see.
As you can see.
With hoodies and all of that, but we're going to get straight into it as always. But we're definitely looking forward to you, because there's definitely been a collective, and I want to say a group, I want to say an organization, I want to say a platform, I definitely want to say an entertainment entity which is huge, which is colossal, in fact, and it has really been taking South Africa by storm. The art form is really so entertaining, so inspiring, but it is just wonderful when a group of amazing people get together all towards a common goal to advance something that everybody is so passionate about. And that is just to have a good ball, a good jaw, a great time together. But so much comes with it. And what is really fantastic, and this is why I'm saying it is really colossal, because the Drag Cartel has really crafted a name which is huge now. Not only is it synonymous with phenomenal performers, but also it is just amazing. And a couple of months ago, we actually spoke to Nazeem Southgate from the Drag Cartel. And it is with a huge pleasure to welcome Nazeem back with us. But Nazeem is not the only person joining us. He'll join us. He's in Johannesburg at the moment, and we'll hook up with him in just a moment. But also in studio, we have a very, very special guest.
Yes.
And that is Deirdre Jacobs, who is the marketing director for the Drag Cartel. So to both of you, Deirdre, you here, let's start with you. Hello, hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You well?
Yeah, I'm good.
Excellent.
Excellent. Just
Excellent.
cold.
It's cold, right?
Thank
see,
you,
I wasn't
thank you.
joking. I wasn't joking.
It's cold, very cold.
You can see who's in the cave, because the person who is virtually joining has got a t-shirt
He's
on.
got a t-shirt on.
Just finished his suntan a moment ago. Welcome back, Nazeem. Great to have you back here on Mahala Monday. How's it going?
Hey Dougal, hey Rhoda. Nice to see you guys again. Nice to be back. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Deirdre, my darling. Thank you for holding the fort on that side. Yeah, and just so happy and ecstatic to be here. And especially on this auspicious day for us as an organization, as a family. So yeah, celebrating 2 years of the Drag Cartel, and man, how it has, it's just flown on by. So yeah, we're blessed, we're happy, and again, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here with you this evening.
Listen, it is absolutely, it is absolutely our pleasure, because it must be said, because the Drag Cartel has made quite an impact, and from our side as well. Congratulations on 2 years. When this all started out, did you think you would get to this point of 2 years so quickly?
Not a chance. You know what? From very humble beginnings, almost starting it off a whim, knowing what the purpose was, what the vision was. Well, you envision it, but especially in today's climate, not just business, socially, you want to try and be positive, but it's not that easy. So it was just a hope and a prayer and a lot of support, and 2 years has gone by. So
Blown
So
by
yeah,
it.
just happy that we're still around.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I mean, not a lot of people gave us a chance.
Sure.
Wow.
Obviously, the close knit family or the close knit sort of associates. They have your back. They cheer you on. But a lot of the times you face adversity, and a lot of people is like, oh, another guy trying to manage queer performing artists. And yeah, let's see if he's around tomorrow.
Oh,
It's one of those type
Yeah.
of things, and a lot of that I had to face. But again, with support, with growth, with people like Deirdre coming on board and just strengthening, because I believe they strengthen numbers. So the support and the impact that Deirdre has brought into the fold has been immense.
Yeah.
So it's not about one person. It's about a collective, and
Yeah.
and that's what we try and do as the Drag Cartel.
And when you look at it, and when we're listening to you now, I mean, obviously you talking and touching base on in terms of the teething evolution process, in terms of just the growth of anything that gets created.
Yeah.
And especially if you're considering the impact of this specific art form in terms of how magnetic it is. It is,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean? It's so inspiring and it is joyful to watch and everybody wants to be part of it. If you reflect back on the 2 years, that I remember you saying this on our previous broadcast with you, one of it was really to showcase the art form in its truest form and really let's just get it on. I mean, we touched base on the one TV program that happened to be on that was streaming at the time when we spoke the last time. Looking back now at the 2 years, the impact that the Drag Cartel has made, when you look back at that, and you had to remove that from the whole performing scene and everything now, then it's a lot of a poorer scene, I would imagine. So when you look back at this impact, how do you reflect back? And, do you pat yourself on the back? Because truly it's been amazing.
Yes, and it's very hard to sometimes do that, but yes, I do. And I think I've had to learn that over time is sometimes you are your biggest critic, but you're also your biggest supporter. And I think that's what I had to break through. And I think if you look at specific moments in the last 2 years, because when it's happening, you don't kind of see it, but it's the aftermath. What you have achieved, not what you are achieving. And I think that was the big thing for me. And I go back to this very day 2 years ago when we launched the Drag Cartel with an extravaganza. We actually had some very influential people that were there, and part of it was that TV series you spoke about, which was non-existent at the time.
Oh wow!
And some of the producers, some of the creatives were there, and I would really like to believe that what we showcased that day played a huge part in the trajectory of 3 of our artists who eventually got to feature in that series. So it's moments like that you look back on and you say, I'm not saying it wouldn't have happened without that, but that surely is a moment in time that you can accredit to the success of something. And I think if you look at all of our artists that we have on our books, at some point, the impact that we've made has transitioned into their career. I know you had Anta Blue on not so long ago. You had Bibi Velour on. And if you look at what they've achieved, not solely because of the Drag Cartel, but the Drag Cartel has played an integral part in the growth and development of the said individuals as well. I'd like to believe that. So yes, there is definitely a bit of patting on the back,
I gotta ask you this. Sorry, Rhoda, I know you want to jump in with something because I want you to. Can you vividly remember, or at least some of it remember, Nazeem, that specific day 2 years ago, the day one. Let's call it day one,
Day
because
one.
at the time you filled with hope and promise, and I don't want to dangle on the past because we're all about future. But do you remember that day?
I remember it vividly. Yes. Was I nervous? Very. But as people started streaming in, as people started to say, we had a full house. As people started streaming in, the nerves kind of settled a little bit, but then it became a little bit overwhelming as well. Because I stood there in that moment, and I think once, the curtains opened and the first words were said, yes, a sigh of relief, but it was also that surreal moment of we're doing this.
Oh,
we
yeah.
really are we really doing this? So yeah, I remember it vividly, and it was amazing.
And
Yeah.
do you get to that point there where you kind of go, oh, there's no turning back now. The bell is rung. We can, yeah.
Definitely no turning back. I think well, for me as an individual, no matter how much I fail, I think one thing I do always stick to is coming back and saying, I'm not going to give up. I'm not. But I think it's in that grind to not give up is where the strength lies. So yes, a lot of wins, a lot of tough moments, a lot of losses. But have we made an impact? Is there a future for the Drag Cartel? Most definitely.
Definitely.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I know you wanted to ask something. I'm sorry I jumped here.
Dougal, I'm used to this one. I'm used to it. Yeah, that's why we get our superpowers. So I just wanted to say to you, Nazeem. So, I mean, those 2 years, obviously it was phenomenal. And any business, once it starts off, this is the teething years, obviously, you needing to find yourself. So, obviously, there was a lot of challenges as such. And I think a lot of businesses out there, that 2 years is difficult. But, I mean, for me, what stood out in this 2 years that you can really say, you know what? I did well. I'm doing well.
I'm gonna have to say because a lot of the times we look at drag or people make the reference to drag to pure queerness, and I'm gonna speak about that broadly when I say pure queerness. A lot of the times references of drag is it's for queer people, but I think the moment where we got contacted by Cape Town Carnival, I think that was that breakthrough moment because now it becomes everyone. Now it becomes, this is bigger than just one sector or one part of society. This is for everyone. And Deirdre and I had the amazing opportunity because she just about came on board. She came on board in Feb, and we had Cape Town Carnival in March. And I think the biggest moment was it was the first time ever in the history of Carnival, not that they had drag representation, but that drag was highlighted as a main act, if you want to call it. It was on a float.
Oh, wow.
Before there was queer representation, there was drag representation, but they would just be walking in the street. But here it was, a float was built. And I think I see some images there. And that was the float. And Carnival looked at the Drag Cartel as an outlet and a voice to highlight the art form. And what more can you ask for? And maybe Deirdre can touch a little on the experience and the feeling, because you're walking down there, 30, 40,000 people shouting your name, excited because of what you can. I'm getting goosebumps just reliving it. And Deirdre and I had absolutely, it was just such an amazing feeling to not be judged, to be seen as something of value to the city and to society.
Yeah. You know what? Let's bring Deirdre in here. Deirdre, sorry, man, because Nazeem talks a lot and Rhoda asks a lot of questions.
He normally does the talking
really...
on my behalf. He knows that.
Dougal, can I just go on the record to say I'm a man of very few words. Very, very few words. Please.
And I will place that on the record for you. We will keep it there on ice. But Deirdre, yeah, I mean, as Nazeem alluded to, so February you joined as marketing director for this. I mean, this is a great time to join because literally just a couple of weeks later, Cape Town Carnival, one of the biggest events in the country takes place.
Definitely.
And there's the float. It looks fantastic with the beach hats.
With the beach hats.
It's just absolutely outstanding. What a time to join.
It was so overwhelming for me. I told Nazeem, I was telling Nazeem and Maxine, what am I going to do? What this, what that? And I was asking so many questions. I was apologizing all the time. Sorry for the questions. Can I help? I'm here. Please use me. And But at the same time, it was an experience. I learned so much. They made me feel welcome from the get-go. They included me in everything, and yeah, it was just an amazing experience. Yeah, and walking the float with him. When Nazeem said to me, "You're gonna walk the float," I'm like, "What?" So everything's new to me.
Yeah.
So I was like, "What do you mean the float?"
Yeah.
And then I remember we walked to a shop, and he said, "That's our float." I'm like, "Okay."
Wow.
And then when everything started, I'm like, "Okay, now it makes sense." So yeah, it was amazing, and it was lekker tiring,
Yeah.
but he knows it was so nice. It was fun. It was so much fun, and at the end of the night, I could just say thank you.
Ah, fantastic. We do have a comment. We're going to just touch base on a comment because I want to ask you as well in terms of how marketing changes, and especially with the digital age that we find ourselves in. But before we do that, let's just do this. There's a Spirit Amy who says, "Hello, Auntie Deirdre."
Hello,
There we
Auntie
go.
Deirdre.
Hello, Auntie Deirdre.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Hey there.
There's two aunties here and a very young person.
Auntie Deirdre.
Yeah.
Oh, Hubert.
It's my nephew.
Hubert says, "Happy 2-year anniversary to the Drag Cartel. Let's not forget the team. Mahala Monday. Thank you for being a vibrant voice, a bold platform, and a celebration of identity."
Oh, wow,
Hubert,
Hubert.
that's really nice of you to say. Nazeem, he says, as you celebrate 2 incredible years, what's been your proudest moment so far, and what bold dreams lie ahead for the Drag Cartel? And we're definitely going to venture into that last part of the question as we continue the discussion. But reflecting back on the 2 years, Nazeem, what is one of the moments that stood out? We've got Cape Town Carnival, the opening night, the launch evening, the launch event.
Here we go. It's going to be very difficult to single out one specific moment. Like, as I said, obviously Cape Town Carnival was a huge deal. Exactly to the day 2 years ago, that was even bigger deal in a lot of ways, because that's the birthplace of what we see today. So, but I don't want to disappoint you. There's no real specific standard other than, like I said, the culmination of what we've done, and Cape Town Carnival actually seeing us, acknowledging us, and choosing us to be a voice for a lot of people.
Exactly.
So I think that's definitely a standout moment.
Yeah,
Definitely.
And Deirdre, let me ask
and
you.
to Hubert, thanks.
Hubert, thanks to Hubert.
Big pleasure on Hubert's behalf. Because Hubert, that is a very good question. And also now we find ourselves really, because marketing happens differently now to what it happened 10 years, 5 years ago, even last week. You know what I mean? This is something that is constantly changing. Now, obviously, in terms of now in the entertainment industry, marketing is a bit trickier, I would imagine, in terms of product. But at the end of the day, marketing is marketing, right? Yeah. And how do you shift through the gears? How do you move about?
At the end of the day, marketing in the entertainment industry, the marketing, it's not just promoting. It's also to market the Drag Cartel. I market him on Instagram, and I just do Nazeem always helps me out with he usually does helps me with everything, because I'm still new. So I just do the Instagram, and sometimes I do TikToks, and he assists me with that.
Okay.
I was just going to say, because especially in the marketing side with the TikTok and obviously Instagram, and just being the cartel, which is obviously vibrant, it must be so interesting actually working, just doing these TikToks and videos, and even just when there's a show happening, to actually market the showcases. It's always so vibrant.
Yes, it is. I always say to Nazeem, am I allowed to do this? Am I allowed to do that? And I'm always posting, taking photos with my phone, because my camera is Just
Yeah.
I've got the camera, and
Yeah.
I'm always taking photos with the camera or with my phone, and then I would compile some photos together. Then I would
Wow.
first send it to him. I'm like, Nazeem, can I post this?
Yeah.
He's just like, okay, is it okay to post? But I love posting on Instagram and on TikTok. That's where I flow all the
Most of the
pictures
time.
and advertise all the girls and stuff.
And do you find, because it's almost like happiness almost sells itself sometimes. The Springboks win the World Cup.
Yeah.
A week later, every boy wants to play rugby at school. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. And in a lot of ways, the Drag Cartel sells itself
Sells itself, yeah.
it's so fabulous, and everybody's like, oh, you know, you want to be in it, you want to be part of it. Do you find that now, and especially over the last 2 years, because now there's actually a contact person, because if you had to ask me, how do I get involved in that, I wouldn't know who to ask. I wouldn't know. But now there's an entity in terms of the cartel itself, the organization. There's a contactable reference. Do you find it now that the awareness around the art form is increased to where it was?
Definitely, I think so, right, Nazeem?
Nazeem, you
Awareness.
can-
Yeah, most definitely. And I think it speaks a lot to the type of events we've been doing. A lot of the girls are doing more private events.
Wow.
End of year functions, bachelorette parties are huge.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, we don't post a lot of that because it's private events.
Yeah.
So we don't really highlight it. We would advertise it as an offering.
Wow.
But we've been getting so many calls, so many emails, just wanting the girls to be involved in certain events and making appearances. I mean, we've had some girls that get paid just to be there,
Wow.
not to perform, not to, just to be present at certain events. So I've definitely seen a shift in I want to almost say the commercialization of the art form. And kind of, I think all the girls being out there and being in the public eye, obviously we have certain media that's out there as well. So yeah, we've definitely seen a shift in where and how people are consuming the art form.
And Deirdre, from your side, obviously as marketing director now, you know, here's this huge machine, if you want to call it that, you know what I mean? That's constantly just stirring out. How do you stay up to date? You like constantly have to follow trends and see what's working. Do you get inspiration from abroad? Or you come up with all these great ideas that you do in terms of employing the marketing staff? Is it like the consensus between you and Nazeem and everybody else? This is what we want to do. How do you stay up to date?
I think between Nazeem and myself, we don't follow trends really.
Huh?
Oh, wow.
You said them.
We set our own
There we
trends.
go.
So we set our own trends
Yeah.
through our fierce and fabulous the art form, obviously. And yeah, I think that's how we do it. We don't follow trends because we
I
we
think-
unique basically.
Yeah. What Deirdre does extremely well is Deirdre would be out in the marketplace looking at certain venues, new venues we can tap into. And then she'll give me a call and she'll say, Nazeem, found this amazing venue, let's try and put something together. To be honest, the wheel does turn a bit slow sometimes. It doesn't just happen where we find a venue and there you go. So it does sometimes turn slow, but I mean, there was a specific venue, myself and Deirdre went to, had a meeting. She found the venue, we looked at it, we conceptualized a concept, and yeah, we've done 2 successful shows there, 2 or 3.
I think it was 3.
That's 3. Sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've done 3 successful shows there, and it's those types of things that has been invaluable where Deirdre's input is concerned, because she's out there, she's looking, she's seeing, and like she said, not following trends, just doing what we need to do, looking at each space, each opportunity, each moment to be able to, you know, add value.
Yeah.
It's only been a couple of months, so she's slowly but surely working her way in. And I think after Cape Town Carnival, the next big thing was putting together Miss Continental South Africa, or Miss South Africa
Yeah.
Continental. and I think that's where she really rolled up the sleeves and really got in because she did so much work on putting things together and making sure that everything looks amazing. And that was totally Deirdre. I didn't get involved there. She made sure that everything looked absolutely amazing.
But let's talk about Miss Continental because are those pictures, those images we're seeing, is that from that event?
No,
No,
I think
that's
that's
cupcake.
No, it's not.
That's
Oh.
from Beefcakes.
Yeah.
But those are actually our two
All right,
representatives.
yeah, sorry,
So
I see
That's
it
her
right there.
daughter.
Yeah. So, but let's talk about Miss Continental because this is big, right?
Yeah.
That was bigger than Cape Town Carnival.
Oh, wow.
For me, it was bigger than Cape Town
you,
Carnival.
yeah.
I was very overwhelmed, times 10.
Wow.
Nazeem knows I was very overwhelmed and I didn't know if I was coming or going, but it was a successful evening. It was a successful event. I was in awe with the girls and with what Maxine had put together. Maxine is amazing. My jaw dropped to the ground when I saw what she had put together. But it's not just me. I think it's a team effort.
Yeah.
Between myself and Nazeem and Maxine. We worked really hard together to put the girls on a platform and to make the event a successful evening. Yeah.
Now, to people who don't know what Miss Continental is all about, give them the synopsis of what it is.
Miss World. You're like a Miss World, Nazeem.
A Miss
It's
World.
like a Miss World, but in queer.
Female impersonation.
Female impersonation.
Essentially. That's what it is.
And honestly, I
So
wish I
if you-
could do them. Yo, those heels. The heels they wear. Yo,
So
It's
just
amazing,
quickly,
it's amazing.
just to give you a quick synopsis of the magnitude of what Miss Continental is. So Miss Continental has been around for 44 years.
What?
And we managed to
Wow.
bring this preliminary pageant to not only South Africa but the African continent for the first time in the history of the pageant. So just think about it, the Miss Universe or the Miss World
Wow.
of female impersonation or drag pageantry. So myself and Maxine were in Chicago last year. Maxine got asked to do the pageant representing the US. She refused to. And I had to then say, okay, we're going to have to then put on something here to be able to not only have her represent her country, but the most important thing was for Maxine to have her sisters in the pageantry space in South Africa have the opportunity to enter the pageant abroad. So we took the bold step, closed our eyes, and made it happen. And now we have a crown queen, Miss Vida Fantabisha, that will be representing Miss South Africa Continental, as well as Maxine as an alternate. And I think it's this excitement of we are here and we're here to compete.
Yeah.
And I think the people in Chicago and I think the people in the States, and I guess the people all over the world, because it's not just a American thing or a US thing, it's actually a global thing. I think they're going to be pleasantly surprised because we're coming there to take the crown. I mean,
Most
Wow.
definitely.
so super excited.
And top of your head, if you knew, I mean, if you do know, how many different countries representations we're looking at?
So I think the last count I got when I interacted with the Chicago office was there's going to be 35
Wow.
girls being represented.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
And that would now obviously representing the 35 different countries across the globe. That's essentially...
Well, essentially, yeah, different hubs in different countries, yeah.
Yeah.
countries.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that
wow.
is going to be brilliant. So, wow. Wow. And this is all taking place in just a few weeks, couple of months.
So it's taking place over what they call Labor Day weekend.
Oh.
It's actually the pageant takes place on the 30th of August That would be the first prelim, and then the finals will be held on the 1st of September.
Oh, all right. Okay.
And that's all happening in Chicago.
Happening in Chicago. So
Yeah.
please support the girls.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's Vida when she won.
Oh, wow.
and actually, if you look at it, Raquel Lord, she's the one behind. She's the reigning Miss Continent. So
wow.
So yeah,
Beautiful.
look, this whole thing has been self-funded. It's been hard. A lot of money spent, but I think it's all going to be worth it come
most certainly.
On the 1st of September. But any type of support would be gladly welcome. So if there are anyone out there who would like to assist in, sponsoring or assisting the girls, please reach out. We'd really, really appreciate it. But I think most importantly, thank you to everyone who has supported up till now.
Beautiful.
On the night, we had a full house. It was a beautiful production. They did the lobby.
Yeah.
The lobby was beautiful. Everything aesthetically. The marketing side that the other brought us. Everything just happened. It just worked.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be more grateful.
And let me ask you, in terms of, and how many participants were here for the prelim year?
10.
10. And then who were the judges? Were they all flown in from everywhere, or?
No, we had 4 local judges and 1 judge from the United States.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
and
wow.
Then, yes. Okay, so, and I mean, obviously going to the competition, to the main event now, at the end of August, early September, and you say we definitely coming back with a crown here. I mean, you filled with positivity a moment ago when you said it. And I'm going like, yeah, we're going to win.
No, do you know why? Because I think we're very underrated. Because I know the hard work that all our girls put in. And I think between Maxine and Vida, we're definitely going to be represented well.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But like I said, we're going, and I think this is what I've been telling everyone. We're not going there to make up numbers.
Yeah.
We're going there to win.
There we go.
But on the flip side, and this is not a copper, it's just a feeling. I believe we won already in a lot of ways. The fact that
you there?
We had it. Yeah, the fact that we did it, we hosted it, and we there means so much. So in a lot of ways, in a lot of senses, we've won already. So we go there with a lot of optimism. But like I said, we go there not to just make up the numbers, but we're going there to compete, and we're going there to win.
Look, we certainly wishing you all the best. We're wishing Vito all the best,
Thank
Maxine all the best. Yeah. Just bring it back.
Bring it back. I do believe we have a comment there. So we're just going to have a look at the comment that came through quickly. Nicole. Hey, Nicole. That's a nice hoodie. I call it dubs. Oh, Nicole, and you're going to fight about that one. Hubert.
Thanks for that. Hubert says, are you planning to scale brand partnerships and audience engagement beyond niche markets while still staying true to your identity? I ask because it's key for long-term impact as well as attracting partnerships.
Nazeem, has been put to you.
Nazeem?
Put to you, Nazeem.
Yeah, most definitely. I think, again, in a lot of ways, these moments that have taken place, these events. And I've got to mention. So there was another moment, another first. I was actually in Chicago at the time, so maybe that's why. So I was in Chicago in January, and we had our first production under the Drag Cartel banner. We actually did something called Alice in the Cape Flats. And that was actually something that I don't know if you can remember when I was last on. I told you there's stuff coming, and so these were part of it.
Yeah.
So Alice in the Cape Flats is basically a deconstructed version of the fairy tale Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's from from a queer Cape Flats perspective. So
Wow.
I need to actually mention this, and that's why people need to check out our socials. We are actually so that was a self-funded event. So it was very much, when Berlin, the director of it, when we had a discussion, and I told him, look, this is what I want to do. Please write it for me. Let's do this. He's also a drag artist under the name Diamante, also one of the Drag Cartel. So he actually wrote Alice in the Cape Flats. And a few of the characters in there are also Drag Cartel members. So I digress, but I move along, and it was self-funded. We had it was sold out. It was great. Then we got approached by the Baxter Theatre, and this November we're going to be doing 10 shows at the Baxter Theatre.
Oh wow! Of Alice in the Cape Flats.
So yes, Alice in the Cape Flats. Like
gosh,
I say,
we
it's
need to be
a deconstructed version. It's a deconstructed version of the play itself from a queer perspective, and Alice is actually trans in so it's going through a trans journey in the but it's very Cape Flats.
Lovely.
So
That's
yeah,
good.
it's from Alice.
well
So
done.
please go and check out our socials.
Yes.
I promise you, I almost forgot about it, and that's actually and for Hubert as well. Just going back now that I think about it, such a lot that happens. But that was also a big moment for us. And this is too.
And obviously,
Wow,
Hubert's
wow,
second
wow.
comment there, he just posted it in terms of looking to expand with other partnerships.
Yeah.
Are you constantly trying to grow that sort of side as well?
100%. And I think that comment actually triggered me remembering this because already the Baxter Theatre is getting involved. Like I said, Cape Town Carnival's getting involved. Our podcast at the moment is a bit on ice because again we're seeking partnerships to grow it to season 2. We've had a successful season, but also just going on record and telling people, we're not gone. We just have to because again a lot of our stuff is self-funded, and I think that's the hardest part. And if I look back at the journey of being in business for the last 2 years, a lot of things are self-funded, and that's what bleeds funds. Because finding the right partnerships is sometimes difficult to create that income stream. So we take a lot of risks on self-funding, but I think if you look long term, I believe it will pay off. And already we're seeing certain potential partnerships coming through. So yeah, we definitely are looking to create those partnerships with
Beautiful.
other sectors as well. Yeah.
Well, we've got your marketing director with us, which is great because we already received some comments that the hoodie looks fantastic because she came in with a hoodie and also this sort of cup, which I got to show. Here we go, which is great. And this is what it looks like. And then this is for sale. All of these, amongst other things.
Yes, they are.
These are all for sale. Yeah, check it out. It's great.
Check it out. You look cool, dude.
And listen, and let me just say, Rhoda was remarking, saying this is an absolutely fabulous quality
The
hoodie.
quality
And it's
is
really
very
fantastic.
good,
The
very
fit is
good.
lekker. You just look lekker in it, man. I look lekker.
And there's more of the products there on the screen as well.
And there's some other stuff. And then there's the cup as well, which is great. It's wonderful to keep hot things warm and cold things cold. And you put beer in here. I don't know how beer through a straw, but it works.
Very nice.
Beer through a
Okay, there
straw
we go.
works. But brandy and Coke and all of that.
Thanks,
So there's
very
really
nice.
no excuse. And when people always say don't drink the whole bottle, you're going to have to because you're going to have to. Now you can have an extra, you know what I mean? You just make, you don't have to keep ordering. You just
Exactly.
you know, because that's the worst thing is to walk to the bar or get a waiter's attention. Now you just chill.
You just chill.
Take it with to the
Love the
office.
products,
Take it
love
soup
it.
as well.
Yes, Dugald.
But I mean, you don't want to put soup in once you had brandy. Just stay with the brandy. I'm sorry.
But the merchandise looks beautiful.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah, and Deirdre single-handedly, made this happen. She has championed the look and feel of the brand, and she's translated it so well into what you see. And this really has come about in the period that she's been here. everything you see from a marketing perspective when it comes to our panel, when it comes to, the novelties and what you see in front of you,
Yeah.
Deirdre has championed that. So yeah, thank you again, Deirdre. I mean, I can't record and say thank you because it's really helped us grow. And I think the one thing that she's contributed to, and I think a lot of people that know me, and a lot of people that's near and dear within my caucus or what that is, that one of the biggest goals that I had starting with Drag Cartel was to create not just a company, but to create a brand.
There we go.
So when you look at us in the marketplace, when you say the name, the Drag Cartel, it must evoke some sort of emotion within you. And I've seen this being out. You know, the love that we get from a lot of people, and a lot of the layers we've built on, like the shows we do, like Straight to the Point, the podcast, like being represented, Beulah's Queens van die Kaap. It all comes back to the building of the brand, and I think long may it continue. And I think with the more that we do, and the more things we come up with, and the amazing work that Deirdre keeps putting in on a daily basis, it's going to help strengthen that brand. And again, now brand is going to go across waters as well. So it's all part of building that. It's all part of building that brand that people can feel proud of. Because I think one of the biggest things as well, beyond just having a brand, is having it for people.
Yeah.
You know, having people feeling like they're part of that journey.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of people. Every single person that comes and supports us, whether they buy a ticket, whether they come and support the girls at the show, that is building that brand and building that family. And that's what we want. We want the brand to be for everyone.
And Deirdre, just on that now, obviously having the merchandise, which is now obviously the new marketing side you had brought in as well. Are you finding this getting your name out there? Has it been successful? Do you see a difference at this point?
Yes, a lot of people come to me, especially at Carnival.
Yeah.
When they saw Nazeem and I walking the float.
Oh, wow.
And they would call
And you
me.
had the t-shirts
And we
on.
had the t-shirts on. Macy. Macy, it's got t-shirt. So Nazeem knows. I was like, Nazeem, they're calling me. What do I do? What do I say? And that time it was, but now they know me as Deirdre, the girl that does she's the marketing director, manager, and she supplies the hoodies. And so, why can't you cook Macy? Like stuff like that. I had a few of them pulling me. And so, as time progressed, they actually now know who I am. And they all see me on socials. A lot of people actually got to know me. And especially at our last events, I think it was at the Sunday event that we had at Soriso restaurant, where people was asking me for merchandise.
Oh, wow.
And so, my phone is exploding.
Hey, there we
Nazeem
go.
knows he directs it to me. And he knows I don't speak a lot. And he directs it to me. So,
But where do people get this? Because not everybody is going to be like me walking into a studio and then, we got to show this, I'll just put it on. Not everybody's going to do that. But how do you get this?
At the moment, I am posting it on the Drag Cartel marketing page on Instagram. I ran that page. I created that page for the merchandise especially, and also for when we have events. Like I told Nazeem, that's my main reason why I created the page, a specific marketing page. So if anybody wants any merchandise, they're more than welcome to contact me via the Instagram marketing page.
Okay.
Perfect.
And or Nazeem, of course.
Yeah, and we've got all of that details on the bottom of the screen right there, right now.
Yeah, perfect.
There we go.
So that is as easy as this. Let me just say, this is a great fit. It feels
And you're not
quite
getting cold right now, Mark. I think
he's gonna go
I'm
home
getting
with
cold
it.
right now.
Look, I'm not Mr. Suntan over
he's gonna
there,
go
but
home
you
with
know
it
what
No,
I
he
mean?
may
Like,
not.
Shame.
Short
I know,
sleeve
otherwise he's
shirts.
going to have a fight with Nicole regarding that. You already heard.
Yeah,
it's
she
going to
said
be a
it looks
battle.
great. So there we go. Thank you for that wonderful compliment. Yes. Yeah. So Nazeem, here we go. Looking back, 2 years of amazing
Oh,
successes.
wow.
And as you said, a lot of memories have been created that have made a significant impact on people's lives. And we're not just talking performers'
Yeah.
lives, but
yeah.
we're also
Oh,
talking
wow.
from an audience perspective. 2 years, and let's work in twos again. There's this huge thing coming, going to the competition in the States in a few months' time. Wonderful production that will be showcased out at the Baxter.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Hopefully, there's more big things coming. There was the TV series. There was Cape Town Carnival. Are there more boxes that needs to be ticked? Are there more things and goals that anything that you could share with us? You know that
In the future.
that you're allowed to share with us as well. That you still want to achieve and do.
I think I know I was very cryptic the last time we spoke as well. You were,
Yes.
but I'm definitely not in Johannesburg for a holiday that I can.
Oh, we know.
Definitely not.
But yeah, but I think it's that building blocks, and again, Deirdre's been so amazing in the fact that I can now travel here and I can do what I need to here, knowing back home, everyone's sorted there if needs be. So that's helped a lot. But I think looking beyond, looking to the future, we definitely want to do a lot more mainstream things. I think definitely from a visibility point of view, crossing over into markets where it's, like I say, not just for the queer community. And I think we pushed the boundary and we pushed the envelopes a little with our podcast, and we achieved that. We managed to break through into different markets, but now it's taking it to the next level. There's the potential of RuPaul's Drag Race South Africa that's also on the cards. I don't have too much detail for you, to be honest, but I know it's definitely coming, and I know all of our girls are definitely at some point going to be involved, even if it's just auditioning, because that's a platform that I really want to push. So again, and again, off the back, I was actually when RuPaul's Drag Race announced that they're going to be coming to South Africa, I was actually in Chicago at the time, and you won't believe me how many messages I got from people and phone calls like, "Hey, you in the States? Like, what's happening?" I'm like, no, let me go on record that's not me. But that being said, I would love to believe that impact has been made. Because I think one of the big things that I've found, and why I say we've gone mainstream, is over the 2 years we've also had a lot of interaction with international platforms. I remember I did an interview and I did some things with Dua Lipa. I don't know if you know the singer.
Yeah.
We did something with them last year July. We were part of their they've got this newsletter that goes out on a monthly, and they had a drag segment, and we actually had 5 queens from the Drag Cartel be represented as what drag is in South Africa. I've also, last year while I was in Chicago, did an interview with the BBC. And these are all things that came out as a result of what we do. So we're definitely being recognized internationally, and that's what I can say. Building the brand allowed us to be able to, if people want to know about drag in South Africa, have a look at the Drag Cartel.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people doing research on drag in South Africa.
there we
And
go.
because we've taken it mainstream, and because we've put ourselves out there, and because we've built a business, i.e. a brand, now the sort of reference point becomes stronger.
Yeah.
Because if you want to know about drag, if you want to know what's out there, contact the Drag Cartel. And we've seen that.
The quality quality and the standard in terms of their art, you know, the science and the whole performance thing, which is
100%.
essentially what it's all about. That just becomes
Correct.
bigger. And as we all know,
Correct.
most talented people are here, the bottom of Africa, isn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah,
I
most
would say
definitely.
so.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So just speaking about you know what we've done over this period has brought back a lot of memories as to actually what we've achieved, because I don't speak about, to be honest, I don't speak about or document it really, but as we're talking now, I think back, okay,
Oh, yeah.
you know, last year July we did that. You know, I almost forgot about Alice. We told. But but it's because there's such a lot happening, and it's changing every single day. Opportunities are coming every single day, and I'm just trying my best to stay abreast. Um, but be grateful, and we happy with the direction we're moving in.
Yeah.
Lovely,
So
lovely.
there we go, man. Listen, you got to keep us posted about once the,
Yes,
once
you
the
have
details
to.
come out towards the end of the year for Alice in
Yeah.
Alice in the Cape Flats.
Cape Flats.
Yeah.
Alice on the Cape Flats, in the Cape Flats.
In the Cape.
In the Cape
Alice
Flats.
in the Cape Flats.
In the Cape Flats. So yeah, you got to keep us posted. That sounds like, because the whole time Rhoda saying,
so-
"Oh, I can't wait, I'm going."
I'm going.
Yeah, if you if you go on our Instagram page, you'll find it there, and tickets are on sale. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. So there you go.
There we go. The details are there. Nazim, what can we say
Yeah.
other than we just wish you the best? But I know we got a comment or two
That's right, there's a comment
before we bid you adieu. So Hubert says, "Well done on being truly proudly South African and unapologetically authentic. Keep leading with pride and purpose." So
Thank you, but
something
Nicole.
nice. Yeah, Nicole says you've created a movement, and I echo that.
Definitely.
100% you've created a movement. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Andre.
Guys.
Yeah.
Was it?
Andre Henny also says, "Well done, Drag Cartel, Nazeem and Deirdre. Absolutely awesome.
Well
Yeah,
done.
just keep it up. Just keep it up."
No, Hubert.
Hubert says, "Always remember, strong brands don't chase attention, they attract it."
Wear your story. There we go. Wear your story.
Look, listen to Hubert. Hubert is obviously,
Hey.
yeah. Hubert is, yeah.
Yeah,
And
Nicole.
says, "Please share the donation page."
Ah,
Yeah, well,
That
thank
will be
you
on your
very much.
website?
Yeah.
It's on our website.
lekker. Nice,
So yeah,
nice.
so we will get we will put it out there as well, and you go to the website and also
all our
on
socials.
Instagram as
And
on
well.
your
Facebook
socials.
pages.
We'll have
all our
those-
socials, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think the best thing is on Instagram. It's the most interactive, so you can either DM Deirdre or myself at the Drag Cartel and at the Drag Cartel Mark page on Instagram. I think that's going to be the quickest
I
and
think
easiest.
that's the quickest, yeah. the
But thank
quickest
you,
response.
Nicole. Yeah,
There we
yeah,
go.
quick response. Thank you so much, Nicole. Appreciate that.
yeah. And anything you want to find out, you just got to go visit the website at www.dragcartel.co.za. Nazeem, what can we say other than say thank you so much
Thank
for your
you.
time
Oh,
to Deirdre
wow.
as well. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
to both
Yes,
of you.
thank you, both of you.
So when do we see you again? Do we do this biannually every 2 years, or what? Do we celebrate 5 years now? I don't know.
It feels like family.
four just
It's
seems
family.
weird.
It's family. Yeah.
Yeah, I think definitely when we get back from Chicago, I think maybe even after Alice, we can touch base
will
again.
be
I
good.
would love to come into studio next time. I do
Yes.
apologize that I couldn't be there. I know last time I was on as well, virtually, and I so much wanted to be in studio, but I couldn't ask for more astute representative in Deirdre representing us so
Thank
beautifully in studio. So thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Absolutely
guys.
great. Absolutely great. Nazeem, listen, we're going to let you go. Cheers, mate. Thank you once again for joining, and we wish you all the best and safe travels.
Yes.
So, well done.
Thank you
Well
so
done.
much.
Many,
Well
many
done.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Hey,
Really.
Can I just finally just have to say this, without mentioning any specific names, because it's going to be very difficult for me to single out you know individuals, but I think the support over the last 2 years from everyone, including platforms like these, should be recognized, and we're so grateful and thankful for everyone that has crossed our path over this last 2 years. Like I said, whether it's buying a ticket for a show, or just that message of support, which has been coming through, has been immense, and where we are today is not because of one individual or any one single person, but it's a collective, and it's the love that we've received over this last 2 years that has kept us going. So the celebration is not only for ourselves, but it's for everyone around, and I think most importantly as well to all our artists, they play a big part in the vision of the future. So please give them love. Have a look on our Instagram page who they are. Follow them. Tag them if you see them performing tagging is very important for all our queens. And then when you go out and support and tip the girls and just keep on supporting the art form. So again, a big thank you to everyone.
Wow. Thank you very much, Managing Director for the Drag Cartel, Nazeem Southgate, joining us there. Enjoy your time and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you to you, dear.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Nazeem. So that was Nazeem, who was virtually joining us, and of course in studio with us we've got Deirdre Jacobs. So Deirdre, obviously there's a lot coming.
There's a lot coming. Yes, definitely.
I'm so glad.
You're excited, aren't you?
Excited and nervous, and like I said, I'm always overwhelmed, and it's always Maxine will always say to me, my love, or honey, you've got this.
There you go.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Nazeem knows also. Yeah. You've got this.
So there you go, Deirdre. You've got this.
You certainly got this. You certainly got this. Many successes over the last while. It's really fantastic. So we just wish you all the best. Wish you all the best, and many happy days to come.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us as well.
Thank you so much.
Big pleasure. So once again, thank you very much to Deirdre. Also, thank you very much to Nazeem for joining us here. As 2 years, it has definitely flown by, as Nazeem has said. Like, you know what I mean? Day one was just the other day, and all of a sudden, 2 years into it. So that is brilliant. But once again, thank you to both of them for joining us. But what can I say, Rhoda? Because this is a fantastic art form, as we all know, and all of a sudden it is bigger there. It's bigger, it's louder, it's more. It feels more accessible.
Exactly.
It's happy. Whenever I know several people who've gone and people who have attended events and stuff, and they just seem happier.
It is. I've seen a few shows, Dougal, and especially at some of the shows that were the ladies as well, and it is amazing. The outfits, just the choreography of actually just the producing even a show. It is amazing, and I'm telling you now, next time with this one, the two of us is gonna go. And
are you going to perform? No. Go and perform.
Look here. Lip sync me? Aye. I will be like, those Chinese movies.
But I'm sure you know.
It's not going to work for me, my friend. It's not going to work for me. So I'll be the one cheering there, standing like Deirdre. She's also the one as a back end. I'll be the back end cheering along. That's me. But definitely, all inclusive. It's being put out there. I mean, beautiful. And it's about time. I say it is about time.
Well, what I can say, though, of course, in just a couple of months, we've got that big competition taking place, and we're wishing Vida Fantabusa the best. Of course, Maxine Wild also in it as the alternate, so we're wishing you all the best, and everybody that is traveling to the States, and I'm sure you're going to do all of us proud, and well done on just all the successes you've achieved, and long may it come. And thank you for inspiring so many people by just showcasing how authentic and wonderful it is when you do something you absolutely love and so passionate about. Well, one thing we have is a passion. It instills hope, it instills pride, and it just instills all sense of just good vibes, and that is what the world should be about.
Oh, yes.
But don't forget, of course, fantastic market merchandise, as you can see. Of course, go visit the Drag Cartel's website, www.dragcartel.co.za, to find out all the details. There's many other things as well. Great merchandise that you could choose from, but these were just two of the things that we had there. I wore all the other stuff as well. I just get this.
You took it, you put it in this car already.
Yeah, there we go.
But this one's going to go with me.
Is there anything else, Rhoda?
That's it, Dougal.
Aha, we're back next week?
We're back next week. And
I got to check because you like holidays.
Also, I want to say, if there's anybody else out there that would love to come onto our show, please contact us. We'll be able to speak to our marketing lady and gentleman as well that's doing our marketing. If you want to broadcast or put anything out on the show, come and join us.
Definitely. Look forward to that. That will
Most
be
definitely.
great. And thank you to you for the wonderful interaction, the amazing comments that we've received as well alive. Keep those conversations going. Of course, just keep the chat going. We do go through the chat thread as it is there. But thank you very much for the wonderful compliments and all the wonderful comments that came through this evening. But don't forget, go check out the dragcartel.co.za. Very easy to remember. Lots happening on the website. All the information you would want to know is on there. And we will see you soon. Before we go, just a reminder, remember to subscribe. We look forward to you hitting that bell. And we also look forward to seeing you very soon. I'm done talking now.
Yes, and I just wanted a quick one. So you guys saw all the plants at the back and plants on the side. It is sponsored, guys. Sorry for my cheese. It's sponsored by one of our clients that actually every week they give us plants to go. So please, if there's any sponsors out there, you can speak to us as well. But thank you to Randy's Nurseries for sponsoring our
Thank you,
our
Randy's
plants.
Nursery.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, one stage when I told you the plant on my side, I thought you were referring to me.
Yes, there's the other pot plant aside.
Thank you, Randy's Nurseries. Thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you soon the next time we're back on Mahala Monday.
You guys.